deep structure, whatever we talk in terms of utterances, sentences, that takes place on two levels, the surface level and the deep level. We have two structures, the surface structure and the deep structure. So let's look at this sentence. Charlie broke the window. It's a simple sentence, right? This is the sentence which is at surface level, is an active sentence, right? So we can have another sentence. The window was broken by Charlie. Obviously, all of us know that it is a passive version of the same active sentence. But what is the difference between these two sentences? If we look at the meaning, there's no much difference in the meaning of these two sentences. So far as the structure is concerned, we know that one is active, one is passive. We know that the verb has more than one word, as it was only one word in the active that was broke. In the passive, it has two words. Simply, the noun that did the action is now being represented by a phrase, and the noun which received the action is now on the place of the subject. But there is no difference of meaning, not much difference in meaning in these two sentences. So we say that at the deep level, it was the active sentence, and the same active sentence was used on the surface level by using different transformational rules or T rules. So the distinction between them is a difference in their surface structure. Their surface structure, not in their semantic structure, but in their surface structure. That they are two active and passive sentences, but the meaning is almost the same. So this superficial difference in form disguises the fact that two sentences are very closely related, even identical at some less superficial level, or we can say that at deep level, right? The other sentence is generated from the same simple active structure. The underlying level where the basic component like noun phrase, verb phrase, etc. shared by the two sentences are represented is called their deep structure. So these noun phrase and verb phrase, they have remained, all noun phrases remain the same, though they change their places when they came onto the surface level, right? So the surface level is actually the representation of the deep structure or deep level. The deep structure is an abstract level of structural organization in which all the elements determining structural interpretation are represented. So the structural organization actually takes place at the deep level, and by undergoing certain transformational rules, it comes onto the surface level. That same deep structure can be the source of many other surface structures, such as, for example, Charlie broke the window. It is the same simple structure, so at the deep level or in the deep structure. But we can have a passive structure at the surface level. The window was broken by Charlie. Similarly, we can make more sentences with the same underlying deep structure. For example, it was Charlie who broke the window. So this sentence has the same phrases but has a little bit addition. But the basic structure is the same. So the window was broken by Charlie. This passive structure is possible. And there are many more structures at surface level which are possible. So we can conclude the grammar must be capable of showing how a single underlying abstract representation can become different surface structures. So we believe that the language of a grammar, according to this syntax or this Chomskyan view, that the abstract level, at abstract level, we have a sentence, and this sentence can represent many different structure at surface level. So we can conclude that a single underlying abstract representation can become different surface structures. As we have just seen, Charlie broke the window. It can be the window was broken by Charlie. It can be it was Charlie who broke the window, or did Charlie break the window, or Charlie didn't break the window. So there can be so many structures at the surface level. So this is something about deep structure, which is sometimes we say D structure.